We have an absolutely massive update for a Jeremy Swayman contract extension, as he has not filed for arbitration as he did last year. We have a lot of updates, a lot of differing opinions here on this topic, so we're going to be talking about what is this case, what's happening right now with Jeremy Swayman and the Boston Bruins, as well as what a potential contract could look like, as an Athletic article from Fluto Shinzawa will reveal that this contract is likely going to happen. So we have a lot of updates, as I said, to talk about here in this video. Before we get into it, though, we know 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button. Join me here as we cover this very busy offseason. We're already well underway, and the support has been insane. And we're on the road to 4K, and we are getting there quick. And I appreciate all the support, but once again, a lot of news this offseason. You're not going to want to miss it. But let's get into our first really big topic here of the video, and it's Jeremy Swayman not filing for arbitration. That's one thing that I can say we expected, but a lot of circulating rumors, reports, and everything is coming from this because he did not do this. So I'm going to start it out with our first screenshot here. Kind of just what everybody tweeted out. Decided to choose this one today from Puck Report NHL. Very good Twitter account. I do recommend if you are you want full NHL updates. But Jeremy Swayman did not file for arbitration. Once again, I could have picked anybody here, but just another one. And we have a lot of updates here, so bear with me as we go through these. I'm going to pull up this next one as well from the Bruins Benders podcast. As you can see at the bottom, I'm going to read that one first. Today at 5 p.m., which was today at the recording of this video, the day it's coming out, is the deadline for arbitration-eligible RFAs in the NHL. Jeremy Swayman, the Jeremy Swayman watch is on. Swayman has stated previously, that he never wanted to go to arbitration again. Then followed this up by saying Swayman elected not to file for arbitration after the deadline. The team has until 5 p.m. tomorrow to file. The team would still have negotiating rights with Swayman and can come to an agreement to avoid a hearing. And that's a pretty common thing that we've seen in situations like this. We've seen some teams go and file for an arbitration when the player is not, just to have that safety net, the safety blanket of not having a potential offer sheet on your hands. And that's one thing that the Bruins right now do not want to go out and try and resolve. They don't want to have an offer sheet. They want Jeremy Swayman in their hands. But Jeremy Swayman has stated he don't want to do arbitration again, chose not to this season, and the Bruins have also stated that they don't want to do it. They don't want to put Jeremy Swayman through that again, and, that would really tarnish a relationship between the two. But we have some more screenshots here. This is a statement from just a pretty interesting one, I guess we could say. It's probably a better way. Hearing it was a stalemate as of yesterday, but things can change fast. This is from Jimmy Murphy. The question is now, if the Bruins don't before 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, do the Bruins file to protect the offer sheet? And that's what I was mentioning. The offer sheet is one thing, as I said, the Bruins do not want to go. It could really mess up the Bruins here, especially where they're only at, I believe, 9.1 million in cap, something around that. I can't remember the exact number right now, so I do apologize for that. But teams may take advantage of that and kind of offer sheet Jeremy Swayman for way more than he's worth. Upwards of 10 million. That could create a real issue for the Bruins. However, I think the Bruins are really willing to pay him whatever he wants, whatever they're asking for. However, you have to understand, and we all understand at this point, that it's still a business. You don't want to pay a guy too much, especially a goaltender. As much as it sucks for being a goaltender myself, goalies don't really get paid. It's kind of like a running back in the NFL. They don't really get what they probably should get, just with many, possible issues that could arise from a massive contract for that specific type of player. So the Bruins are going to get this done. I have full confidence in that. I really do have full confidence that they'll get something done. The nerves are still up there, and obviously they will be until that the name is on the dotted line. Really just trying to clear all this up. That'll be the final step for the Bruins here that they needed to get done. But it's a pretty interesting one. It's still a big situation that we've been talking about a lot here. One that we know that they don't want to go to arbitration. Haven't gone to arbitration, but that does leave the offer sheet. So I have one more screenshot before we kind of get into what the contracts could look like and that Athletic article. So I'll pull this one up from Ty Anderson. It's just extremely important to note that this is largely a formality for which the parties should get to this today. Bruins would be able to negotiate with Swayman between deadline and potential arbitration date, and the Bruins still do not view arbitration as a path this summer. And that's the big thing. The Bruins themselves as well, although they can file until what I would assume is 5 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern, maybe, I guess. I'm not really sure the exact time, whatever, time zone it is. But the Bruins don't want to file for arbitration either, which is another big thing. However, there's still that possibility, as you've seen from that the stalemate tweet from Jim Murphy, I believe his name was. I apologize. I don't know the name, but they don't want to go that. It could change, but they don't want to. So it's still a lot of mismatch and stuff going on here. So let me know what you think about this whole non-arbitration. I think it's something we've expected, something we've been waiting for to kind of hear word, and now we finally have it. But let's move over to our potential contracts for Jeremy Swayman. What could one look like? And this Athletic article kind of went through a lot of stuff here, revealing, some other teams' GMs quotes of what Swayman could ask for, what he might want, as well as a list of potential offers per term compared to some other NHL goalies. So I will pull that one up here first. Consider the following data points, and this is from Fluto Shinzawa on The Athletic, the best Bruins reporter for The Athletic. It says, $5 million Thatcher Demko, the AAV for him on a 5-year deal, signed on March 31st, 2021. Swayman's annual average on a 4-year contract, this is projection. If he signs a 4-year deal, it would be 6.253. Obviously, this could be completely different, but from the data points, from the statistics, from whatever we have compared to other goalies and his stats, 6.25 would be the amount for a 4-year contract. As for an 8-year contract projected by an agent who granted anonymity to discuss a player that he does not represent, which would be the obvious thing that you would have, Swayman would sign a $7.5 million deal for 8 years. One that I would absolutely take right away. If that were offered to him, I would absolutely, sign the dotted line. That's really one thing as well. And comparing that to UC Saros' deal, which he signed on July 1st, the 8-year contract as well, $7.74 million. Keep that one in mind, because we're going to touch on a bit of that later. That's another one very, very similar to what we might see with Jeremy Swayman, and one that I thought would be done, the same day, if not a few days after. 9.5 for Andrei Vasilevsky on an 8-year deal signed in 2019, an $11 million projection from Swayman's AAV on an 8-year contract by, Dom, the guy who hates the Bruins. So you got to take that with a grain of salt, because he just wants to screw the Bruins over in every possible way he can. So don't mind that last one, because that's a load of stuff. That's not gonna happen. But as I said, keep an eye on that Swayman or that Saros deal. For they signed July 1st, as this is what an anonymous GM said about a potential Jeremy Swayman contract. I could see him asking for it on whether Swayman could negotiate for more than Saros. So that's another thing that we've discussed a lot here, whether or not he will be, deserving of more than 7-8 million. And if it could go more, would the Bruins decide to do it? That's really a big thing as well. The money's short, but, you kind of got to sign Jeremy Swayman. You kind of put yourself in that position now where you don't have a Linus Hallmark. You don't have a goal you can rely on if you get rid of Swayman. So what's going to happen? The Bruins kind of got themselves in a corner. But once again, still, I believe in this contract is going to happen. I think this could be around that $7.5 million deal one. Although, Saros could be more than him, but I think Saros has a lot more time under his bag to be able to actually earn that and deserve that. So let me know what you think about this whole arbitration deal. Do you think the Bruins are going to file, as well as what could a possible contract extension look like? But that's all I got here in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and see you later.